Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is going on, family? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. This is episode 589. Look, y'all, we getting close to 600. We are getting close to 600. Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, what do we got on tap for you all? So out in let's see here. So we're gonna talk about former mayor out in Kansas being detained by ICE. This mayor happened to had been, I don't know if he still is, but strong supporter of President Donald Trump and all his policies. Now he is a part of those policies, so I wonder how that relationship feels now. Also, Kiefer Sutherland, I always want to say Kiefer Sutherland, star of the hit drama show 24 and other films. I mean, he's known for being an actor, but he's also a musician. Recently had to cancel his U.S. tour due to very low ticket sales. Very low, not just low, but very low. I'm going to share my take on this later on the show. Also, I'm going to also give my grade on the recent MMA bout that happened on Netflix. As you know, Netflix, one of the, I would say, the most popular streaming platform out there, is continuing to grow each and every day. I mean, I remember when Netflix, I believe, first started, and if I'm not mistaken, Netflix you could order the I think, did you get DVDs dropped off to your house, or am I thinking of Redbox? Maybe no, I think it was Netflix. And then Netflix obviously continued to grow and grow. Movies, TV shows. It was really just a hub, a library, so people can add past films, but now they got original content up there. Not just that. They have podcasts. They do live shows now, live sporting events. Wrestling is now on there. I mean, Netflix, in my honest opinion, is the best streaming platform ever. Like, I have a lot, but Netflix will always be number one for me. And they just continue to grow and grow and grow. And rumor has it there is a possible, I want to say merger, but I know iHeart and Netflix is in conversations. I just we'll stay afloat more with that, but that's all I know. I'm gonna leave it at that. But long story short, Netflix had MMA bout. I believe this was their first ever MMA bout that they had on there. And Jake Paul, who has had a good relationship with Netflix, he has promoted a lot of his boxing matches on Netflix. And it's garnered huge numbers, which, in my opinion, they used to bug me because y'all know how I feel about Jake Paul. But businessman wise, promoter, he's been doing great stuff. And now even with the MMA card, was actually pretty I'll say it was quite successful. Is it better than UFC? Nah, come on now. UFC's been in existence for a long time. Can it be more successful than Bellator? Hell yeah. And I'll talk a little more about it later on the show. Also, Spencer Pratt, reality star turned candidate for Los Angeles mayor. He's kind of found himself in some hot water because his attack ads has always been really attacking the elites and leadership that has been running Los Angeles. Now, his very first one showed where him and his family currently live. This big wide trailer on the property lot where his house was burnt down. Now they're saying, wait a minute, he said he's been living there, but he has not been living there. He hasn't. He's been living at a luxury Bel Air hotel while his house is currently while they're in the works of getting their house rebuilt. I'm like, okay, but like I've always said, y'all, when it comes to politicians and candidates running for office, it's a it's all about selling and um really promoting your brand per se. Now you do have, obviously, you got folks that mean well, but when you're trying to gain voters, you're selling a product hopefully that attracts other voters, and they're going to be like, come voting day, they're going to be like, I'm going to vote for you, I'm going to vote for that individual. So it's a lot to share with that. um so we're going to talk about Spencer Pratt, going to talk a little MMA, gonna also talk about staying in the California politics. Xavier Becerra it was in had an awkward interview that could possibly affect his chances to become the next governor of California. Now they have debates, going back and forth. Becerra, last I checked, Becerra was actually leading in the polls. I still think it's a very, very, very competitive race, because you have, let me see, you have that I'm aware of 5 Democrats. Let me see, you got 2 mayors, you got Tom Steyer, Katie Porter, and then Becerra. So yeah, that's 5. Then you got 2 Republicans, Chad Bianco, former sheriff, and Steve Hilton, Fox News contributor, businessman, political commentator. It's getting competitive. It's getting quite interesting. That's all I would say. So we're going to talk a little bit more, a little bit of everything here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule for tuning in to yet another great convo. As you know, we drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. So we drop new episodes at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for those who are listening to us right now by way of podcast platforms or YouTube, or if you happen to be listening to us right now through our radio affiliates, shout out to KSHP Las Vegas, out in Las Vegas. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time on KSHP 1400 AM or 107.1 FM. We truly appreciate the partnership where you can listen in to us weekly out in Sin City, and we love Las Vegas. We sure do. We also want to shout out WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, where you can listen to us weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to the Arrington Gavin Show. And then last, if you happen to be in New Orleans, tune that radio dial to WBOK 1230 AM. You can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. And ladies and gents, if you can do me a favor, if you have not done so yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share with the friends, share with the family. We're to continue to try and grow our audience and grow our platform. We have a goal to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. If you can help us do that, I'll truly appreciate you. I'll give you a big hug and a kiss. If I find out who you are. No, I truly appreciate that, because our goal here is to spread just great conversation. We provide a platform for those that are never given that platform, though, the untold heroes, right? The ones that not a lot of folks know about, philanthropists, the candidates that aren't allowed the platform due to, corporate greed. We want to provide a platform for them, regardless of political aisle, because at the end of the day, being an independent, I understand that bipartisanship unity is everything. And it's not about party labels. It's not about D or an R in front of your name. No, we got to do better. We have got to do better. So we are providing a platform. We're growing a platform over here at the Arrington Gavin Show so that you can share your story, your message, your platform, your campaign, you name it. We are the place for you. So appreciate if you can, like I said, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up on our videos. It helps with our algorithm. And leave us comments too. We love comments. We love feedback. We love feedback. Also, do me a favor, and for those who are watching right now, go ahead and put your phone to that QR code at the top corner. That will lead you to our website, www.theagshow.com. Okay, www.theagshow.com. That will lead you to our wonderful website where you can catch up on past episodes. Okay, you can reach out to us in any way if you want us to just say hi, or pass on a topic discussion and you would love to hear my take on it. Feel free to reach out to us. I'll truly appreciate that. Okay, my friends. Let's see here. How's everybody doing? First and foremost, like it's a beautiful day out here in the Commonwealth, and well, it's been a beautiful day since, and we just been I've been on the move, been busy out here. I've realized that due to gas prices, I have moved from using premium to mid-grade. Okay, and it's not me, you know, trying to act like I'm bougie. I've always, whenever I've on my vehicles, I've always used premium. That's how my folks raised me to use it. They say, hey, use premium. All right. So premium is over $5 now. And I'm a struggling artist trying to make it out here in these streets. And I can't spend over $5, all right, on gas. Because one time, okay, I'm gonna tell you two occasions. First occasion, I had 70 miles. I probably already shared the story, but it's whatever. My mind is always gone. I'll repeat myself. I had 70 miles left until I was gonna hit E. 70 miles left. I put in premium. I think premium at the time was like $5.29. $64. 64 damn dollars. And I was just like, whoa. All right, so I go back to it because I don't know about y'all. I feel as though gas is leaving my car very quickly, and I'm like, there's something wrong with my car. I don't see no light, nothing. It's like I'm already almost out. Like, come on now. I go back. I use mid grade. Had maybe like 90. I think I might have had 90, 94 miles left this time. I spent 56, close to $56, because mid grade was like 470 something. I just said, y'all, we gotta do better. We have got to do better. You hear me? It's insane. It's insane. It's disgusting. It's even more annoying the fact that Americans did not sign up. We did not agree for the cause of why our gas is spiking. All right. And see, they never think about those that don't have much, those that have to really work hard to make a living and an honest dollar. They don't think about that. I'm talking about those in Washington. I'm talking about those elites. Okay. They don't think before their actions. They're always saying, I'm doing this for the people. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's just it's insane. So fast forward to that. Yeah, I've come to realize I'm gonna be using mid grade until these gas prices go back. But I also want to share an event I was at over the weekend. Not over the weekend. It was over the other day. Out in downtown Norfolk. So Black Brand Biz is a group. It's a Black Hampton Regional Chamber of Commerce. It's the Chamber of Commerce, but for Black owned businesses. And I've been a member of Black Brands for, I feel like, almost the length of my business, maybe 7 years, and it's been very very beneficial. I highly recommend those that live in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area to check it out. Black Brand Biz. Shout out to my friend, co-founder and president Blair Durham, and even just look it up for those who are listening to this platform. It's a great initiative. They have not benefited, but they have benefited. What I'm trying to say is they have benefited small minority black owned businesses when it comes to just things that's out of their realm, like they're not aware of, right? I've always appreciated businesses that or organizations that help small businesses get to where they need to be, and that's Black Brand. So Black Brand recently had a forum held at the Slover Library in downtown Norfolk, and it was an inside politics forum. And so just want to kind of share some clips here. So this is my good friend, for those who are watching, my good friend, Dr. Eric Claville, political and legal analyst and radio host, who's a friend of the show, was moderating this. We had an individual who was, this was during a panel kind of fire chat discussion that they had up there. I think Salome Garcia, who was a political strategist representing Google, because this event was sponsored by Google and Cox Communications. We had up there on the stage Virginia delegate Mike Figgins and delegate Cliff Hayes. And also I had my good friend, Virginia State Senator Angela Williams Graves. And so it was a powerful panel. Also, they weren't the only ones that spoke. We had Senator, there's my guy, Dr. Eric Claville. We had Senator pro tempore Louise Lucas. Yes, that Louise Lucas, who recently had her offices raided by the FBI. She is also the chair of the Finance Committee for the state of Virginia. Someone that, let me tell you something. When I tell you Senator Louise Lucas is one tough cookie, she is still going strong. I think she's, I believe, 81 years old. She's been in office, a state senator, for quite some years. But she's not, I mean, she's extremely intelligent, not scared of anything. And I do thank her for her service. However, it should be a time for folks in office to, say, okay, I think I've done enough. Now it's time to pass on the baton. I'm gonna talk more about that later on. So I just want to show y'all some pictures. So we got my guy Mike Figgins there, and then we have Congressman Bobby Scott, who's also in participating in a panel discussion. And that did not come out that good. So there's one image there. Mike, I'm just now looking at this. So yeah, we were that was a function that I was interested, and it was really just, you had the conversation talking about AI. Okay, it was AI was a part of the conversation. What else did they talk about? The importance of accountability, like keeping your elected officials accountable, that saying, hey, you need to go to Richmond, you need to knock on those doors of your state legislators and let them know that you need to be heard, whether it's issues, what are ways that can benefit you, because if you avoid reaching out to your elected officials, then what's the deal here? And I agreed on the most part with it, because look, I come from a place where you can't always blame the people, right? Because elected officials like Congressman Bobby Scott, who has been in office, he's been a congressman since, I know, the 90s for sure. I know definitely the 90s. I can't think of which year. But he's everywhere. Every city, everybody knows Bobby Scott. He's literally at one event and you know what? I commend him and his team, because Transparency is so important, my friends. It's so important. And we got elected officials now that barely even shows up to a town hall. Like, what do you know? What do you they expect you to just always look on their sites to say, hey, look, this is what we got going on? No. Share with the community what's taken in place, right? You have access to your local media, okay? You need to have some kind of partnership and transparency and be like, hey, look, we got this going on. Please come out. We're gonna sit down, speak about this. Like, that's what you need to have. Also, y'all, what else did I do? Oh, my wife and I, we went to go see the Michael movie. Finally, the Rock. No, we finally got to see the Michael Jackson film, which has been a long time coming for us to check it out. And I'll tell you this, being a diehard Michael Jackson fan, I was extremely satisfied with what I saw. Because at first I was a little hesitant seeing the film because I'm like, okay, another Michael Jackson movie. Like, I don't need to see any more renditions about his life and stuff. Because I've watched I'm all from like the American Dream one, I watched the awful one where Flex played Michael Jackson. Lord, that was bad. That was such a bad one. And it was just bad. Even watching his documentary movie where it was another one because there was like a Lifetime film that was made, then the documentary movie This Is It, and it was showing the final days of Michael Jackson. I mean, I've watched so many, and again, being a fan who was not ready to say goodbye to the King of Pop, it was I didn't want to see anymore. And I understand there was a lot of controversy that occurred in some of those cases, and look, that's another day for another time. But let me talk more about this film right here. So his nephew, Jafar Jackson, who's the son of Jermaine Jackson, played Michael Jackson. This brother here played that role. He embodied Michael Jackson, from the dancing to the singing to the I do all the beatboxing. It was amazing. The moonwalk was superb. It was so funny because when my wife and I we attended there, we there was two sisters that was also coming to watch the film, and one of them had said, "This is my fourth time seeing it." Yep, this is my fourth time. This is her first time, but this is my fourth time, and I can, and I'm gonna see it again. And I'm just like, now that's kind of pushing it, but hey, if it's something that really has caught your eye, then I understand. And so I saw that. I've even saw for the first time some movie crashers, right? I saw some folks crashing the movie because they were just enjoying it. People were clapping in one of the scenes of the movie. And also one of the employees who was like sweeping around, he got to the part, he was like dancing. I mean, it was such a great film. Let's not forget like how entertaining and how America felt when Michael Jackson was still here. Like his music, the dancing, when new music was out, like we loved Michael Jackson. We love Michael Jackson. Now, as of right now, the biopic surpasses $700 million globally in the global box office. A very, very, very successful film there. This was produced by is from the producers of Bohemian Rhapsody and the director of Training Day. So you already know it was going to be, you're in for a treat. So if you have not seen it yet, please go ahead and see it. Or if you want to wait until it gets on streaming service, because it's going to be on there for sure. It'll be on there shortly. Real quick before we head to a commercial break, I want to ask you all this. So those who have seen the film, it was played by the nephew, who Jafar Jackson, who's trying to, I think, grow a career in music, if I'm not mistaken, more than just, he's trying to grow as an artist. So that could be film, music. I'm gonna just say music because all his family were more musicians than actors and actresses. Do you think this helps his career or makes it a little more difficult because everybody's gonna know him as Michael? So if you're trying to grow a career in the music industry, what is going to separate you from Michael Jackson? What's going to separate you from I guess being a Jackson? Because see, everybody knew Janet Jackson was related and was a sibling, but she had her own lane. Janet had her own lane. Jermaine tried. I know Tito, like they really couldn't leave away from the group aspect. They tried to do solo careers, but they weren't like it was still a part of the Jackson 5. Michael obviously created his own lane outside of the Jackson 5. So for Jafar, like what's gonna be his lane? What's gonna be his lane? Could he get other roles? I mean, look, it'll be a thought process, right? Just think about that. What we're going to do right now, my friends, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We've spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York, and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
All right, family, let's get it going with our show. So I want to talk about the recent MMA bout that was on Netflix. Ronda Rousey and, well, the headline fight was Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. Now, Gina Carano has not fought in about 14 years. Gina Carano left MMA, went to being an actress. She was on the DeLorean, which was a like a Star Wars spinoff show, and she was she was canceled, as you say, because her take on the pandemic, on getting vaccinated, this and that and the other, got her fired. She was you didn't hear from her in quite some time, and she would pop in from time to time on conservative outlets and podcasts and all that other stuff. But then this came about. Ronda Rousey had been away from MMA for quite some time. I believe the last time I saw her in UFC, she suffered a really bad injury in the hands of Holly Holmes, who won the title. And Ronda became a mother, married, she was enjoying life, she was still doing other projects from there. But then it was like, hey, look, we gonna fight, we're gonna be on MMA, and this is gonna be the MMA debut here on Netflix. We're gonna do it, we want to be a part of it. and they were paid a lot more than what they would have been paid in the UFC. Now, for those who are watching, this headline fight between Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano lasted 17 seconds. 17 whole seconds, okay? And it wasn't just that fight, right? You had other popular fights on there, like, let me pull it up here for you. You had Nate Diaz fighting Mike Perry. Then you had Francis Nagano fighting Felipe Lins. Now, those are your top three professional fights. Now, let me just give you the payout of these fights, by the way. The Ronda, so I'll start with the Francis Nagano and Philip one. So, one by a knockout. Francis payout was $1.5 million, 1.5 million. He had a $100,000 bonus due to the knockout. He gave that to his opponent. He gave that $100,000 bonus to Felipe. So I don't know if Felipe's total came to 200,000 or the one. I'm pretty sure it was probably 200, because if he got 100,000 for that fight, which, let's just kind of backtrack here. $100,000 compared to somebody winning $1.5 million. Obviously, you already knew who was going to be in place of trying to be the winner. I mean, good Lord, that's a huge difference. But he gave that to, and hence why he gave him $100,000. Nate Diaz always acts like he's let me not. He received he lost 500,000. Mike Perry, who won that round, 400,000. Mike Perry undefeated in bare knuckle. Bare knuckle, let me tell you something, is not for the weak. Not for the weak at all. Then going to the headline fight, Ronda Rousey's winning that fight. Having a little technical difficulties here. Hold tight, my friends. What we've noticed here is that, yes, it finished in 17 seconds. Now everybody's gonna say, "Oh wow, wasting my time on this, yada yada yada." Ronda has not fought in 10 years. Gina has not fought in 14, maybe even longer, and it's a huge difference too. Ronda's 39, Gina's 44. Gina was smart to say, "Look, I ain't about to break my back over this," but all the promotion, all of this and that, it's just like, damn. But hey, that was the quickest. It took her 17 seconds to win for $1 million. $1 million. $1 freaking million. Look, that's a good pay raise. She hasn't made that in like ever. DeLorean, I know for sure DeLorean ain't play her that kind of money. I know the other films that she's been in has not paid her no $1 million. I remember, look, I'm going to go even way back. I remember when Gina Carano was on American Gladiators. She played Crush. You won't go be paid her $1 million. So now we see her out here making $1 million off of one fight. Man, she good. She Gucci. That's why she was like, hey, look, whatever. Like, that's the kind of personality she has. Not really anything I want to add on to this fight. I would just say, shout out to Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions, their first MMA card on Netflix. Now, on social media, they're noticing that it was in a low attendance. It was not a lot of people there because a lot of the empty seats were like seen as like being lights. And now, look, I wasn't there. I did see some big wigs in attendance, but I think it was just a start. What Jake Paul is continue to encourage is that, or continue to, his mission is to pay the fighters what they rightfully deserve, and that's going to be the competition between them and UFC. Now, UFC has the names, they have the numbers. They're on streaming too now because they're on Paramount. But you have a lot of respected fighters like Ronda it's more money in those platforms. I mean, excuse me, it's more money in this circuit than we have made in the UFC. And you know, why not? Now, other promotions tried to do that. I remember when Bellator was in existence, and Bellator, see what hurt Bellator is Bellator had the corny fights, like okay, you know how I can't stand when Jake Paul fights these, he has these bouts with people that is different weight class, different age, hasn't fought in years, not even considered a real boxer. They're more of an MMA than a boxer. He has these fights that are just like, I can create this as a little kid on a video game. That's what Bellator did. Bellator will say, okay, you know, we're gonna top the UFC. We're gonna have Ken Shamrock and Royce Gracie fight, two legends who are both well in their 60 plus, and we're gonna see them fight. We're gonna do this one and that. I'm like, it was not working. Those that were not popular in the UFC became more popular in Bellator. They were successful in winning their fights. So that kind of showed you again, competition wasn't as strong. They were professionals, but they were doing it for the paycheck. They were doing it for the paycheck. Final thing I want to say about this MMA fight. Ronda acknowledged that, you know, Gina is her hero, which Gina was seen as one of the pioneers of women's MMA fighting. She still is, even though she lost this one. Hey, look, much respect. She still is an icon in the world of MMA, but not just MMA, but specifically women's MMA. Also want to point out, y'all, Conor McGregor it was recently announced that he was returning to MMA. Now, Conor McGregor has been away from the sport for quite some time. Let me see if I actually have the year, or at least if I have let me see here. There we go. Mac is back, is what they say. So, long-awaited return is happening in July against Max Holloway. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Max Holloway ain't no chump. Max Holloway is that dude. For somebody, I watch MMA from time to time. I got a good friend of mine who's a diehard MMA fan. But it was announced by UFC CEO Dana White, shared that McGregor will return for a rematch against Max Holloway in the UFC 329 main event happening in Las Vegas. 37-year-old has not fought since breaking his leg in a fight against Dustin Poirier in 2021, and has faced a series of legal issues. An Irish jury found him liable in a civil sexual assault case from an incident in 2018, which was upheld by Ireland High Court. McGregor was scheduled to return for a fight against Michael Chandler in July of 2024, but it was withdrew due to a toe injury. The brash Irishman says here, this was reported, by the way, from ABC News. Brash Irishman was one of the UFC's biggest stars when burst onto the scene in 2013 and became the first UFC fighter to hold 2 championship belts in 2016 with a win over Eddie Alvarez for the lightweight title. He also won the featherweight title a year earlier with a knockout of Jose Aldo. Last time we saw him, well, not last time, but he also fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a boxing match in 2017 during a 2-year hiatus from UFC, but has lost 3 of his last 4 fights. McGregor, let me tell you something. McGregor is a businessman, a business. When he fought Mayweather, he made so much money. He's like, okay, I can do other things now for at least another 3 years, and then I'll make then I'll go back to UFC. Because I'm just saying, man, UFC, that's a hard job to do for a full-time career. Man, if I complain about stubbing my toe on the side of the bed. Imagine someone kicking you in your nose, kneeing you in your ribs, trying to break your arm, like that is a lot. That is a lot. That's dangerous right there. Yeah, I like my face. I like my face, but I do love watching MMA. It's very entertaining. Very. This is not even such thing as a Keither. Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland was on a tour, supposed to be on a tour, but he had to cancel his U.S. leg of tour, I think that's what it's called, due to very low ticket sales. Don't think it's fair. That's what he said. Don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. Well, you know what, Kiefer, life isn't fair. All right, so let me get this off. There we go. Give y'all a better visual. There we go. Look at that. So that's Keither Sutherland right there for those who are watching. You know what? I never watched 24 as much because I know it's a very popular show. I actually had the opportunity to see Kiefer Sutherland in person. He was on Broadway along with what's his name? Oh, he's a comedian, famous comedian. Jeff. Oh no, what? Oh, you're killing me. I'm gonna get it. Because I remember the play was called Championship Season. Kiefer Sutherland Championship. Oh, come on, Championship Season. Okay, bet. This was a Broadway play with Jim Gaffigan. There we go. Chris North. All right. Chris North from I guess from Sex and the City and Law and Order. Jim Gaffigan, a comedian. And then I know Kiefer Sutherland was also in that. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland was also in that on that play. So really, really phenomenal, just phenomenal Broadway play. And that's funny. And so that I've had the opportunity to see him in person, but long story short, going back to this story here with him in this tour. Disappointment, I am going to have to cancel the US leg of my tour due to very low ticket sales. He posted saying, I don't think it's fair to the people who have bought tickets or the venues to play to have empty houses. The Stand By Me star, okay, added, I took forward to touring the United States again at a more suitable time. I hope you understand. He also noted that refunds will be available from the point of purchase. I'll be honest. I never heard his music. I don't know if he's good or if he's not. I look at it like there's a lot of famous actors that are also musicians. I know Dennis Quaid is, but I don't see Dennis Quaid on like these world tours. They might perform at like small venues from time to time, but I'll be honest, I'm not going to pay to see Kiefer Sutherland sing or perform. I'm not. If I'm a fan of you as an actor, then I'm going to continue to invest in you as an actor. I want to see you in TV and films. Now, if you were a musician first, then turn actor, that's different. I mean, look at Dave Matthews. Dave Matthews made some appearances and cameos in in movies and TV shows, but people gonna continue to see Dave Matthews Band, and he's gonna continue to sell out arenas. Likewise, Bruno, all that. Like when a music artist, or excuse me, when an actor transitions to music and wants to grow a career now into music, it's very hard to build up that popularity. Okay. Now, if it's the other way around, if he was a musician first, then maybe his acting would not be as successful as his. I think he was on, I know, was it last holiday or this Christmas? I'm sorry, this Christmas. And I think he was also in Takers. Wasn't he in Takers with like T.I. and Paul Walker and I think he was. I think. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. But yeah, I mean, what else do you want? Like, poor Kiefer Sutherland. Look, either Kiefer, just maybe you should just do a few shows from time to time. But if you try and do a whole world tour, good luck with that, because you're competing with people like Bruno Mars, Usher, and Chris Brown, all the other top musicians that are on tour right now. So good luck with that, my man. Good luck with that. All righty, my friends. Let's digress from this story here. I want to take another commercial break here. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere and don't change that dial. We'll be right back after these short breaks.
6'10", number one pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolved. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
Our risk from injury from a fall or car crash increases as we age. But getting older doesn't have to mean giving up on the activities you love. Take simple steps to avoid injuries, like doing activities that improve strength and balance. Get yearly eye and wellness exams, and talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the medicines you take. Also, tell your doctor if you've fallen or worry about falling. Learn more about aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, my friends, welcome back. I told you it was a very short break. Let's go ahead and talk some politics. I'm looking at my time. We're not going to have a long time to talk, but I want to quickly just share this here. So I want to talk about term limits. I posted this video on my social media. Let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'll play it for you all. And I left the comments. I left with the comments saying, this individual, go sit down somewhere. All right, so let me go ahead and air this for you.
Congresswoman, Jacob with TMZ, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good to see you. I have a question. I want to ask you something as a whiny Gen Zer myself. Some people in my generation look at our leaders and think, you know what, some of these people are too old. But as a spry 87-year-old, I just saw you talk at the Working Families press conference. What do you say to people in my generation who think, okay, some of these leaders are too old?
They do. What can you document? What can you give them credit for? What can you criticize them for? If you do what it takes to evaluate, then you can decide.
Understood. So we shouldn't judge people based off their age, but rather what they do for the people.
And effectiveness.
Got it. So someone like President Trump, who's about to turn 80 years old, I mean, that's the president, kind of different than maybe someone serving in Congress.
Don't ask me about Trump. You know what I think about it.
Is that considered a little too old, though, an 80-year-old president? I mean, a lot of people had issues with Biden's age. What do you think?
The president of the United States is destroying our democracy. He's made promises unkept. He's enriching himself and his family with cryptocurrency. He has lied to us. And even now, when he was talking about Iran, he said he didn't have time to think about what is going on with financing and financial services in the United States of America. And so this is a president who is absolutely committed to empowering himself and using the power of the executive, the highest executive of the land, the president of the United States of America. And the people are beginning to understand that. I think some people are having buyer's remorse, and we see it in the polls. In the final analysis, it is the people who will finally determine that this president is dangerous and divisive, and we've got to do everything that we can to make sure we overcome much of what he's trying to do. We've got to fight.
Should there be an age limit to be president?
Let me just say this. People should be evaluated, and they should be thought of in terms of what they do. If you have effective leaders, if you have fighters, if you have those who have demonstrated, if you have those who are documented what they care about, that's the only thing that counts.
So if you have an 100-year-old fighter, they should still be in office, hypothetically.
The people should evaluate who should be in office with their vote, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Congresswoman.
All right. So y'all know how I feel about that. Look, I have nothing against Congresswoman Maxine Waters out of California. I thank her for her service. I think she is considered one of the, iconic figures who has always stood up, spoke truth to power, stood up to Trump. And look, she has a long, successful career of public office. I am not disrespecting her career. What I am, because I posted saying, Maxine, go sit down somewhere, please. And I guess that can, be looked at as, wow, that's kind of, insulting. That's kind of rude. But what I'm explaining here is Maxine Waters is 87 years old and she's running for re-election. 87 years old. Now, I understand. Young people don't exist because, hell, majority of them works for their staff. Majority of them have interned during their campaigns. They exist. Okay, they exist. Now, look, I had a comment that was shared on my social media, and an individual said, let me see if I can find it here. Don't fall for the lazy attack on age when it was really about dismissing a powerful Black woman. Auntie Maxine has spent decades fighting for communities, and she's still one of the sharpest, toughest voices in Congress. If Democrats win the House, she'd be positioned to lead the Financial Services Committee again, which says a lot about the respect she's earned and the work she still does. Here's the thing. Respect the answer, but that's coming from somebody that is, for one, strong on the party in supporting, and more on the lines of just showing favoritism on that individual just as a true fan. What I'm saying here, I'm not disrespecting her career. I'm not saying what she does is not beneficial. What I'm saying is that if your goal is to grow votership, if your goal is to attract young people, then don't have old people in leadership. And I get it. I can't speak for all young people, because all young people also got to, as much as engaged as they are on social media, they need to put in the work and come to where they are as well. But let's be honest, we had 5 people of Congress pass since January. We had one individual who recently had passed who was running for re-election, but he was pushed in a wheelchair. We have James Clyburn, 85 years old, running for re-election. Maxine is 87. When would you say enough is enough, Maxine? You got to literally wait until you're in your 90s and say, okay, I'm like, you're running for re-election. You can use that same experience, that same leadership, and help guide a newer voice, someone young. It's not disrespectful that you see young people trying to unseat, these vets that has been in office for quite some time. No, it's just time for new leadership. She's been fighting. Yes, she has. But guess what? As of right now, Congress does not have the majority. She's in California. It's a very liberal state. Very liberal state. I wish folks who can really open up their minds and realize what I'm trying to say is not disrespectful to the old individuals that serve in office. But what I'm saying is, so if I work a position, you want me to do the same position at 80 something years old? No, you're gonna be like, when you gonna retire? When you gonna retire? Every other job, if someone's at 87, you're gonna ask when you gonna retire, when you gonna retire. So why is it different from when they're in office? Come on now. I mean, like, just give me a break here. And that's why it was funny when the reporter had said as a whiny Gen Zer, because trust and believe, he's not just calling himself that. That was said from Congressman Waters. I mean, I get so tired of the disconnect between generations and different generations. I really do, and it gets old. I mean, not just with age, but even with with newcomers that mean well to the community, and then the establishment, because you have establishment and then you have newcomers to office. It gets old. It really does. It really does. I'm looking at my time here. I'm going to be closing up soon, but again, I just want to let you all know that young people, folks in general, that is kind of foreign from politics. Politics is a part of your everyday life. You have to do your part to get out there, vote, do your own research, but you have to get out there and vote. Do your own research on some of these candidates that are running in these primaries. It's the reason why we have these stacked Democratic primaries and not stacked primaries on the opposing end. I'll just speak for in Virginia. We have Democratic primaries that have on an average of at least 4 to 6 people, maybe even more than that. Different states, they have stacked primaries. I don't know what else you want me to tell you, but I wanted to speak with you all on, and I got another story to talk about term limits, but I don't have the time because I'm running low here. But we're going to talk more about term limits, and maybe there should be an age cap, right, when it comes to if you're in office. But I guess the question I'll leave with you real quick, does that mean, say if Maxine Waters never served in office and she was running as an 87-year-old, should she be allowed to run at 87? If she was never in office, if she was a newcomer, should she be allowed? Should there be an age? Should there be an age cap to the age you can be to run, and the age you can be to, we have an age cap, how long you can serve? Just think about it, y'all. Until next time, my friends, thank you so much for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I will talk with you all soon. As always, stay safe out there, stay blessed, and always stay informed. I'll talk to you soon for another great episode here on the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.